In this video, I'm giving you 40 CapCut tips to improve your editing skills, so that way when you leave this video, you are a master of this software. And if you so happen to know a tip already, I have put chapters in the description so you can easily skip ahead to the next tip. And you know I hate long intros, so let's just dive into this video. Tip number 1, turn off the CapCut default ending. Right when you open the CapCut app, head over to the settings tab and then turn off the add default ending. That way at the end of your videos, you don't have the CapCut logo just appearing, it'll just end. Tip number 2, how to convert a long form video into a short. So here I have a long form video inside of CapCut, and all I need to do is click on the ratio button down here, and then I can click 9:16, which will turn it into a TikTok, YouTube short, Instagram reel, just like that. And if I want this to take up the full screen, I just have to use my fingers and pinch on the screen to increase the size of my video. Boom, there we go, I'm centered, I can click the check mark, and now my video has been converted to a short. And speaking of shorts, tip number 3 is to avoid CapCut's music if you're going to be uploading to somewhere other than TikTok. Something a lot of people don't realize is that the majority of music inside of CapCut is only designed for TikTok, and if you use it on Reels and on YouTube, you're going to get copyright strikes and you're going to have issues monetizing your channel. The solution for this is to use music from a third-party site or app like Epidemic Sound, which is the sponsor of this video. Epidemic Sound is a music subscription site that gives you access to over 40,000 songs and 90,000 sound effects that are safe to use in your videos. With just one subscription, you can use their music across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, your podcast, and more. From their website or their mobile app, you can sort music by genres, moods, or even themes, like for example, vlogs, cooking videos, cinematic, or podcasts. Once you find a song you like, simply download it right onto your device, and then from your Files app, click the share button, and then click CapCut. There we go, the song is added. I can click on it, click the volume, and I can turn that down to make sure it works with my video. And now I have added third-party music. If you're interested in checking out Epidemic Sound, you can actually get a 30-day free trial, plus your next 2 months at 50% off when you click my link down below and use code CM50. Any music you use during that free trial and upload to YouTube, you have the rights to use even if you cancel the subscription later, so it's definitely worth checking out and seeing if it's right for you. Tip number 4 is how to do a zoom in intro. This can be a really cool way to open up your videos, and the way to do this is to click on your video and then click on animation. And for the in animation, you can scroll over to something like zoom 2, which is right here. I can click on this, and I can also choose the duration of this effect. Once done, click the check mark, and now when we click play, we have this cool opening, achieving the cinematic professional look. Tip number 5 is to use the templates built into CapCut. A lot of people skip over this, but if you look on your CapCut editor on your phone, you can go over to this templates tab, and in here, you're gonna find a whole bunch of different pre-made templates where you can simply just add your footage and get a cool effect. So as you can see, they have some memes on here. You got things designed for Reels, things designed for TikTok, for marketing. If you're a business and you just want a quick and easy template for your business, you have that in here. And in addition to those pre-designed categories, tip number 6 is to use the search bar, so you can specifically search for something and get that template. As you can see right now, number 1 is YouTube intro. So let's just click on what's trending here in the search bar. And here are a bunch of YouTube intro templates that I can just click on, click use, add my own clips, change the text, and now I have something that's made for me without having to do a lot of work. Tip number 7 is to use the camera app. A lot of people don't realize this, but in the top left corner, right when you go into CapCut, there is a camera. So if we click on this, we can actually open up a camera app inside of CapCut, and you'll notice this looks a whole lot like TikTok. You'll have a lot of the same settings over here that you can use, and you can actually film within this app and import the clips into CapCut and further edit them there. So you can get a lot of the same effects from TikTok, but with a more sophisticated editor like CapCut, all from within one app. Which brings us to tip number 8, which is to use the teleprompter that's built in here. You'll notice in the top right, it says teleprompter. If I click on this, I can actually customize the text here, a custom script, write it out, and it'll teleprompt on screen for me to read so I can do it all in one take. So as you can see on my phone, I have the teleprompter set up here. I can click on this over here to adjust the speed of the text as it scrolls by. So that way, if I need to read it quickly, I can have that all set. I can change the color of the text. There we go. I'm ready to record. We'll do 60 seconds here. In this video, I'll show you how to edit within CapCut for free. I'll show you all the effects, including a teleprompter effect, so you'll want to make sure you subscribe to this channel. That's how this effect looks with me not looking at the camera and just at the teleprompter. It's a pretty handy feature. Tip number 9 is to use Ad Maker Pro, which is great for business owners and content creators. So in your CapCut settings, you're just going to click Expand and then click Ad Maker. And in here, you're going to find pre-made templates that you can use to sell your products and your services. They've got a whole bunch of different things here. You've got like digital appliance things, you've got food and beverage, you got pet industry, you've got travel, and you can easily just grab one of these templates, add your own videos and photos in, and be able to make something. Or if you're a real estate agent, you can add your own photos and videos in to sell a house, to make it a more interesting video than you could potentially have ever done. This is very underutilized by content creators. Check it out, see if it'll work for you for making viral short form content or even potentially longer videos. Tip number 10 is to use the AI image generator. Now this one's kind of hit or miss, but let me still show you anyway. So in those top settings, you're going to see the AI images. You're just going to click on that and then select your photo. Now once you're in here, you're going to be prompted to enter things that you want the image to become. So you can see on here, it already says super detailed face, ultra detailed, best quality, game CG, heart-shaped pupils, fine art parody, cinematic lighting, like all these little things to describe it, and that'll help the AI to create an image from your photo. If you don't know what to write, you can click on Hot, and you can scroll through some of these other templates and be able to use what someone else has written and be able to apply it to your own photo. So I kind of like this sci-fi one, so I'm going to click Use Prompt on it, and I could also just go in and customize it a bit more here. And what I'll actually do is turn down the intensity a little bit, and you'll notice this is a pro feature, so you can notice down there on my phone, it says 1 free use left, so you can only use this a few times every so often. Otherwise, you need to purchase the Pro version of CapCut, and you can use this as often as you want. But let's just go ahead and create it here. I'm just going to do 40 intensity and see what happens. We'll click Generate. As you can see, the Pro version is very hit or miss, but I have gotten some pretty cool results from this with some of my free options. But if you have the Pro version, you have unlimited options. So you can really mess around with it, change the intensity, the words. That's where it'll be worth it for you. If you are just on the free plan, may not be worth it, but try it out, see what it does to your photos. Tip number 11 is how to add funny memes to your videos. Now, the easiest way to do this is to use the screen recorder built into your device. Like right now, I'm on an iPad or sometimes on my iPhone, and I have the screen recorder enabled. In order to do this on your iPhone or iPad, you just gotta go in your settings, go to Control Center, and make sure the screen recording option is plus, so that way when you slide down from the top right, you'll see the screen recorder. If you're on something like a Samsung Android device, if you already slide down those options, there's a screen recorder up there. It's kind of buried. You gotta just kind of scroll through those options there. Or if you need to, you can always download a screen recording app. And with that, you can just head over to YouTube, find a funny meme that you want to record. I've got Zombie Kid Likes Turtles, so all I have to do is click play and let the video play through with my screen recorder recording, so it'll capture it all. And then I can click stop, I can slide down and stop my screen recorder. And then all you have to do is go over and click the plus button, add that clip to your project, maybe trim it a bit so you don't have the little play thing on there. We're just going to go to right to the part where he says he likes turtles. There we go. I'm just going to use my finger to drag it over here. And now we have a funny meme clip inserted into our project.
I like turtles.
On the topic of funny memes, tip number 12 is how to add GIFs. The easiest way to do this is to get the Jiffy app. This is on iPhone and Android, and I'm just inside the Jiffy app. All you have to do is search for a GIF that you want to use. All right, so I found the GIF that I want to use, so I'm just going to click on it, click the options button, and then I can click save to camera roll or convert to live photo. Now, depending which device you have, it might save it to camera roll, and then the GIF will work inside of CapCut, but sometimes it won't. And it's better to do convert to live photo, and that'll work in CapCut. So test it out. I believe convert to live photo is going to work for my iPad, so I'm going to do that. Save as live photo, fit to screen. Then back inside of CapCut, I'm just going to click overlay, add overlay. And now, as I scroll through, I have that GIF applied, and I can move it around the screen. I can pinch to resize it, or if I want to take up the full screen, you can do whatever you want with those GIFs. Tip number 13 is keyframe movement. Have you ever seen a creator do a slow zoom in as they're talking, or maybe they start slowly zooming out as they're talking? This is usually done with something called keyframes, which allows you to make changes from point A to point B. Let me demonstrate how this works. So all you have to do is click on a video, and then you'll see this little diamond button over here. This is the keyframe button. So all you have to do is click on that, and you'll notice on your video, you'll see a pink or red diamond down below that shows you marked a keyframe there, and that kind of saves all the settings and the position of the clip. So when we scroll ahead a bit as we're talking, and now pinch with our fingers to zoom in a bit on our face, we are choosing where we want the clip to end, and we've placed another keyframe just by making changes there. And because all the settings are saved at this point and they're different from the point before it, it causes movement. So now if I click play here, we're going to see a slow zoom in happen because of the keyframes. So simply put, if you place a keyframe at the beginning of your clip, scroll ahead a bit, place another keyframe, and then change the position of your video, it's going to cause movement. And having a kind of slow zoom in and slow zoom out adds motion to your video, which can help keep viewers engaged. Tip number 14 is how to remove background noise. So with any video clip selected, if you go down to the bottom here and scroll over to the far right, you're going to see the reduce noise option. You can click on this, you can enable it, and it'll actually go through your video and try to reduce a lot of the background noise going on. Now, I will say it's not perfect. It's not going to instantly remove like blaring loud music in the background, but it will help if there is a distracting sound in the background. So it's really nice to have something that you can switch on that's going to help make sure that your voice gets heard in your video. Tip number 15 is to get more stickers with Canva. Now, you've maybe gone to the text section and then clicked stickers, and kind of looked through here at these different little stickers that you can add to your videos. But if you've ever wanted more stickers, you could just go to Canva and use their stickers, because they have tons of free ones as well. So for example, here I am in Canva. I'm just going to go to Elements, and maybe I'm looking for a camera sticker. So I'm just going to search that, click See All on my little stickers here, and let's say I want this camera right here. That'll be a good sticker I want to use. So I can increase the size a bit, center it, awesome. And the secret to this is to click on the background color and change it to green. So that way you can apply a green screen chroma key inside of CapCut. So I'm going to export this out, and then we're going to add it into our CapCut project. All right, so here's the photo that I saved from CapCut. All I got to do is go to the cutout section. I can click chroma key, move the chroma key over the green, if it'll let me. There we go. Choose intensity. There it is, removed, check mark, and now I have that sticker added. So it gives you so much more stickers to utilize in your videos. Tip number 16 is to use the auto face tracking feature. Now, if you're doing a dancing video or something and you're looking directly at the camera and you don't look away too much because it is AI and you're dancing, you can actually do the auto tracking feature. Now on my mobile phone here, all I have to do is click on the video, scroll over to camera tracking, choose face, and click start. It's recognized that face, and it's going to do the best job it can to track that video. So we'll turn on keep face size so it's a little zoomed in more, and you'll notice all the little keyframes it's auto added. So as I scroll through, it's going to track it to the best of its ability. If you do look away, it's going to have a hard time tracking you, but if you can maintain keeping your face on camera frame, it will auto track you really well and give you an awesome professional effect for your dance videos. Tip number 17 is to use text templates. Now, a lot of people, when they want to add text, they click text and then they click add text, and they miss this text template section. When you click on this, there's pre-made text effects that you can utilize with animation, colors. It's already really well made, and you don't have to go through and customize all the shadows and colors and things like that. It's literally just drag and drop. Maybe I want to do the 5 best tips. I can click on this one here. I'm going to click on build and change it to tips. Check. And then I can also resize this if I want. I could put this maybe over here, for example. And now when I click play, we got 5 best tips, slides on the screen. The colors look great, easy drag and drop. So definitely explore the text templates inside this editor. And on the topic of text, tip number 18 is to animate normal text. Now, if you are just going to add text regularly and not use one of the templates, maybe you just can't find one you like. As you can see, I just added 5 best tips. If I click on this text element, I can go over to animation and I can do an in animation and an out animation. So I could do something like a slide up. Actually, I'm going to do this zoom in one here, and I can scroll down here and adjust the duration of that zoom in. So if I want it to be just a little bit longer there we go. And now instead of just a text appearing on screen and it not looking good, I now have this nice zoom in animation for the text, and I can also animate it out as well. So utilize those animations, make your text effects look more professional. And a little bonus tip with those text effects, tip number 19, is to add sound effects as your text comes on the screen. I usually like to do a whoosh effect. So maybe I want to do tip number 1, I'll have the text slide up on screen with a little whoosh, as you can see here, and then dissolve off. So utilize sound effects for your text effects. It's going to make everything seem more professional and well put together. Tip number 20 is to use transitions between scenes. I've seen some people just throw random transitions and there's not a scene change, but when there is a proper change of scene or a change of room or camera angle or something like that, add a transition in. So in between 2 clips, you're going to want to click that little white line, and you'll want to choose a transition. So for example, I could do something like this pull in transition, maybe adjust the duration a little bit there. Awesome. And now when it changes clips, as you can see, there is a change of area. I'm switching to some stock footage here. We now have this nice zoom in transition that looks really professional. So just don't always let the clip just switch over to another clip. Add a little transition in there, add some production value, make your edits look better. Tip number 21 is to add auto captions to your videos. So all you have to do is go to text and then click on auto captions. And then you can pretty much just click start. There is some premium options here, but we're just going to click start. And then literally in a couple of seconds, it will run through your entire project and auto caption it. As you can see on the bottom here, we now have the text. As we scroll through, you see it pops up, and we can actually customize this a bit more. If you click on the text, you can then click batch edit. And in here, you can actually control how many words appear on screen. So if I want it just to be like 3 or 4 words, I could actually click here and then click the return key, or just return key on your typing keyboard. And now it's only going to have with 3 billion active as 1. Then users on YouTube, and I can also make sure everything is spelt correctly here. Also, using my fingers, I'm just going to resize the text so it's a bit bigger, and making that adjustment is going to make that adjustment for all the text on screen. And then I can also go to style, and I can change the font, the color, everything like that to make it look just how I want it to. Which brings us to tip number 22, which is to use bilingual captions. So once you've gone through and you've spell checked it, by clicking bilingual subtitles, this is a pro feature, you can actually get secondary subtitles in different languages. So for example, I could choose something like Spanish, and then I can back out, and then I can click start, and now it's going to generate bilingual captions right underneath, and I can increase the size of these as well. And now I have captions for multiple languages. Tip number 23 is to use AI voiceovers. So the way you can do this is you go to the text option and then click add text, and you're going to type out whatever you want the AI to say. All right, and then you're just going to click the check mark. Don't worry about the text effect. We can delete that later. But all we're going to do is once you've typed out the text, go down to text to speech, and then in here, you can actually select a voice either in English or in Spanish that can read aloud your text. So for example, let's do this one.
This channel is super helpful for content creators.
Awesome. So I can click the check mark, and it'll actually convert the text to an audio file. So here's the audio file down below. I can drag it, put it anywhere in my video. But what I can also do at this point, I could just delete the text part, and I'll still have the audio AI voice in my project. So if you want to use text and the AI voice, you can, or if you just want the AI voice in the background, you can do that as well. Tip number 24 is to use the Draw tool. Underneath the text option, you will find the Draw button, and in here, you can actually draw right on the screen. So I can choose the size of the drawing circle, I can choose the color and how it's going to look, and then using my finger, I'm just going to draw right on the screen. I'm just going to circle my sign, for example. And then there's a few other options down here too that you can adjust. But once you've drawn, there's also an eraser here. You just click the check mark once you're done. And what you can also do is go to animation. And if you do have the Pro account, you can actually get a transition where it'll recreate you drawing. So if I click on this, it'll actually show me drawing the circle. There are some free versions here. Like you could always do something like a swipe left, which will still look pretty good if you are on the free version. Obviously, it being drawn is really cool, but by just applying that, now I've got this cool drawing animation applied on screen, and that can help with your storytelling. Tip number 25 is to remove the background from your videos. So even if you don't have a green screen, you can always click on your video and then click Cut Out and then click Remove Background. And actually it will go through your video and remove the background to the best of its ability with software. Background is removed, and then you can either make this video an overlay and add your own background, or CapCut has a few built in under the canvas option. So we can click on that, click background, choose one of the backgrounds here, and now we have a digital background to our video so people don't have to see the room behind us. They have a whole bunch of free ones in here as well as paid options. Tip number 26 is how to duplicate yourself or make multiple versions of yourself. And the easiest way to do that is with the remove background feature. Now for this example, I'll just click on the current video I have. And what I'm going to do is click copy, and then I'm going to click overlay. And then I'm going to drag the overlay over the top of the identical clip here. So we got two of the exact same video clip, one right on top of each other. So all I'm going to do is click on this video, the one on top, and click cutout, remove background, let it go through and do that. And then what I can do is using my finger, I can just drag that top clip over. And as you can see, there are now two of me here. And I could keep repeating this process and just spawn tons of me all over the place. But where this could also get really interesting is if you have one video in the same location where you're pretending to talk to yourself, and then have another video of you in the other location, still same camera, and you can kind of talk back and forth with each other. This is a simplified version, but this should at least get your creativity going as to what you could do if you could have multiple of you in one scene. Tip number 27 is to explore the body effects. So if you actually go under effects, there's video effects, but there's also body effects. And in here, there are some very interesting effects that can apply to your face, to your whole body in general, that can be really cool to add to your videos. For example, there's this unfair effect, which applied to my face makes me look super, super sad. There could be a lot of fun ways and use cases with that. There's cool outlines that you can apply to yourself that'll surround you. Or if you wanted to do like a masking face blur, you could actually click on one of these and have a blurred face that'll track your face around. So explore these. There's a lot of use cases for this that'll make your videos even better. Tip number 28 is to add B-roll to your videos. Now, inside of CapCut, there isn't any B-roll really built in, but I like to use a free app called Pexels that allows you to add things like stock videos and photos onto your phone and then into CapCut. So for example, maybe I'm going to go make a vlog in Chicago and I really want a cool drone shot from there. So all I have to do is just search Chicago in the search bar, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of videos of Chicago that I can use. So there's this cool one right here, this night shot. That would be cool to use. I can scroll through all these, and I can simply just download them onto my phone or my iPad or my computer, and then be able to add them into CapCut. Or maybe I want a subscribe button. I can search subscribe button on here, and I'm going to get videos of green screen subscribe buttons that I can download, add into CapCut, remove the green screen, and now I've got some awesome green screen effects for my videos. So definitely explore pixels, super useful for making videos. Tip number 29 is to use the back button. Some people don't realize this, so that's why I'm including it in here, is right over here is a back button. You'll see this on both mobile and on your tablet. This allows you to reverse actions. So maybe you click on your video and you accidentally delete it and it's gone. You can click the back button and it'll reverse that action and bring it back into your project. So if you accidentally delete something or you move clips around and it messes up your text effects or other things, use that back button, reverse those actions, can help you out a lot. Tip number 30 is to make thumbnails inside of CapCut. Yes, you can actually make thumbnails. So all I did was added a photo of me into CapCut, and then all I have to do is just add my text, just like, you would design a thumbnail. So let me do that. And there we go. I've got a pretty basic thumbnail here. And what I can do is I'll do the full screen button, which is right over here, which will make this take up my full screen width. And then I want to just take a screenshot with my smartphone or tablet or whatever you have. So for me, that's clicking the power button and the volume up. So just clicking those real quickly. It'll take a screenshot, and then I can go into my regular just Photos app. Here we go, and I can click the edit button and then just crop out the little black spots there, like that and like that. And there we go. We have a thumbnail from CapCut that we've designed that we can now upload to YouTube from within YouTube Studio. Tip number 31 is to use green screen video effects. Now, believe it or not, if you go to YouTube, you're gonna find all these playlists of different green screen videos that you could potentially use in your videos. And I'm sure there's plenty of websites too that have free green screen effects that you can get onto your phone. Now, what I personally do if I want to use one of these green screen videos is I'll use the screen recorder built into my phone or tablet. That's what I'm using right now to record my screen. And so what I'll do is I'll turn on that screen recorder, click play, let the video run through, and then stop the screen recorder. And that's what I've actually done. So let me show you. I'm gonna go to overlay and I'm gonna click add overlay and add that clip in. And as you can see, this is literally a recording from my tablet of me just watching this green screen video of this tiger. So what I can do, I'm going to first just increase the size just a little bit, just so I can see the green better. And then what I'm going to do is click edit, and I'm going to click the crop button, and I'm just going to crop right around the green screen here, just like this. Just so that takes up the full screen. Check mark. There we go. We just have the green screen clip. Now I can click the back button, go to cutout, go to chroma key, drag this onto the green, change the intensity so it takes out all the green. And now we've got Tiger on screen here walking. So I can place him somewhere. We'll place him here, for example. And if I wanted to, I could click the keyframe button, walk him ahead a little bit, and then adjust the keyframe. So that way, he's actually walking across the screen. So utilize these green screen effects on YouTube in different places where they're free to use. Don't steal other people's green screen stuff. Only use the free, copyright-free kind of stuff. But you can add these to your videos inside of CapCut and be able to do cool effects like they do in Hollywood. Tip number 32 is do the masking film strip. If you want to give something a cinematic look, what you can actually do is click on the video, scroll over to the masking button, which is right here, and then you can click film strip, and this will actually give you the cinematic black bars, and you can use your fingers to adjust the size of those bars. There we go. And now we have this super cool cinematic look by adding the black bars that usually Hollywood films have. So super cool effect. Tip number 33 is to use voice effects. When you click on a video, you can scroll over to the far right and then click on voice effects. And in here, you're going to find a whole bunch of different effects that you can apply to your audio. Now, I will admit, some of these are just for plain fun. They're just funny to listen to and hear, but others you could actually use in a professional manner. So explore some of these. You can get some really fun stuff and some more serious stuff with these different voice effects. Tip number 34 is the retouch effect. So what this is with a video selected, you can click retouch, and in here you can actually adjust your face and your body. So I can click on the face here, and we'll let this load. So maybe I want to fix my skin color, so I can click on this, and I can actually adjust my skin color, and I can choose the the warmth of it as well and the degree. I can click on smooth, and I can actually smooth out my skin, get rid of the rosacea on my face if I really want to. I can go to reshape, and maybe I want my nose to be a little slimmer because I have a decently big nose. I can adjust that. So if you go through here, you can actually make adjustments to your face, to your eyes, to all your facial features, and even body features, and adjust those for your videos. So explore this. This could be an interesting way for making yourself look better. Maybe you filmed at an unflattering angle, or you just want to smooth out your face. You can totally do that inside of Reshape. Tip number 35 is how to do a reaction video setup. Now, a reaction video setup, this is commonly done when people play video games, or maybe they're reacting to a video clip, a trailer, a song, something like that. So all those use cases, this reaction setup can be used. So the first thing I'm going to do is just add some gameplay footage of a game I like to play. There we go. I've got my game added. And what I'm actually going to do is click on this video clip. We're just going to pretend this is me reacting to the game. So I'm going to make it my overlay, and I'm going to drag it over the gameplay. And then what I want to do is click on this, and then just using my fingers, shrink my main video clip, and I can drag this over to the corner. And now I have me reacting to the game. If I wanted this to be a little bit bigger and I wanted to get rid of this extra space, I can always go over on the bottom here to mask and just do like a simple square mask here. Adjust the sides how I want. There we go. That looks good. And then I can resize this so it's just showing my face, so I'm a little bit bigger. And now it's me playing the game and reacting at the same time. Tip number 36 is to use the auto color grade feature. A lot of times color grading can be overwhelming. It doesn't seem super easy to do. So CapCut actually has an auto color grade feature. When you go to adjustments, you'll now see auto adjust over here. This is only for pro users, but if you click on this, it'll auto adjust your video, and you can also adjust the intensity of it. Like the way it did it, it's kind of bright here, but I can just adjust it a bit. And now I have some of those auto adjust features applied, so that way my video is already kind of color graded for me and I don't have to do anything. Definitely designed for those looking for a quick edit. Tip number 37 is HSL, and HSL is also super fun. So what you can actually do is you can click adjust on your video and then go over to HSL, and in here you can adjust a specific color that is showing up in your video. So my face is really red, so I have red selected. I could turn down the saturation of just the red, and that doesn't look the best, but what I could do is turn the red over and make it just a little bit warmer, or adjust the luminance of the red so it doesn't show up as much. And then I can click on the orange, which my face is normally more orange. I can increase the saturation of that and the luminance of that, and now I've just adjusted my face and how it looks. Or I can click on the blue color in the background, and I can adjust the saturation of that, make that brighter, make that more illuminated. I could adjust the hue. I could make it purple or more green. So you can totally customize all the different colors showing up in your video and be able to make something even better. Tip number 38 is filter adjustment. So on the subject of color grading, if you do go to your filters and you end up applying a filter to your video, let's just say this one, for example, we'll click on it. You can actually adjust the filter down below and the intensity of it. So if there's a filter you kind of like, but it's just not looking the way you want it, you can adjust the intensity of it and be able to still use it. Like this one is way too dark at 100, but I maybe want to use a little bit of it. And that leads us to our next tip, which is that filters are stackable. So I can use this filter. We'll just click the check mark there. Cool. Now we can go back and add another filter on top of that one. So maybe I'll go to movies. I'll add this blue-gray one potentially. Adjust that one. And now I'm adding filter on top of filter. So there's two filters. I've got the humble one and the blue-gray filter going on. So I'm stacking them and getting both effects. So you can really make an incredible look, get some really cinematic looks or professional looks by combining filters and adjusting them to get an amazing look. Tip number 40 is how to make a cool end screen. section. So oftentimes at the end of YouTube videos, you want to promote your other videos, encourage people to subscribe so you can have those links on screen. But there's a cool way of doing this inside of CapCut. So what we can actually do is go over to Canvas and choose the background that we want there to be. They've got a whole bunch of neat and interesting backgrounds we could choose from. I'm just going to go with something like this. Cool, check. And then I'm going to click on my video and I can shrink it down. And then I'll also mask it here. So we'll do that same masking effect with the square. Going to increase the size a bit. And just like that. Awesome. Check. Increase the size there. And what this allows us to do, we can keep our video going. We're also assuming here, I'm just going to drag it to the end, that this is the end of our video. So I can be talking here, and now I have this open spot here where I can add the videos I'm talking about. So at the end, I could be like, you'll want to make sure that you watch other CapCut videos we've done. So be sure to click right over here on this playlist. And as you can see, those videos just pop up like that. So use this CapCut effect because it can help show off some of the other content you have, which you should definitely click on over here. Thanks for watching this video.